Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today here in South Jordan. Today is September 3rd, 2025, and we're at 10314 South, 3970 West. We have the camera pushed out 107 feet to the city connection. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So that first connection point is called the nose on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. So it looks like a good connection there. I did notice a fair amount of buildup in this line, and so I'm going to be paying close attention to the grade to see if I find any standing water, which would indicate bad grade, or if it's purely buildup. Buildup can be avoided with how much water you run and what you put down the line. You can see some of that buildup there. I'd say moderately typical. Cleaner the line, the better. I didn't notice it pushing it out because it was starting to block my camera head, but this doesn't look too bad. And the good news, we're not seeing any standing water that would indicate bad grade. That's the most important thing. A little bit of water there, but not even enough to cover the camera head. This is plastic. So right here I did notice, and when I pushed my camera through, there was some bigger pieces of waste stuck in this little puddle. That is a little bit of a flat spot there, which is why it's holding water. The only way to fix bad grade is to dig it up and reslope it. I would be curious if the sellers have ever had any sort of a backup. I wouldn't expect them to have, but you do have that little bit of standing water there, which is not ideal in either case. That's a sewer access point, and so usually right outside the foundation, generally in the front yard. Now we're transitioning to ABS. ABS is a different type of plastic. This is what was used inside the house. And one issue with ABS is that sometimes the glued joints have a tendency of leaking or separating. It tends to happen more with ABS than PVC. I didn't see that was an issue in this house. You have a fair amount of fittings that are visible in the mechanical room, and they all look very clean, which is a good sign that hopefully that's how they're performing inside the walls as well. So that's really the only spot that you can see actual ABS fittings is in the mechanical room because it's unfinished. So overall, it looks like this line is performing the way that you want it to be. Touch more buildup than I might expect, and you had one spot that was holding a little bit of water. It was on a turn, but my camera head didn't even go underwater. It wasn't an incredibly long puddle, and so less of a concern. Still not ideal, but less concerning. We're going to end this recording now.